everywhere I go, I see his face. I just really miss him.
Yeah, I miss him too. I don't think Tony would have done what he did if he didn't know that you were going to be here after he was gone.
You gonna be the next Iron Man now?
Well, no, I don't have time. I'm too busy doing your jobs.
Oh. I'm kidding. Look, keep up the good work.
Because I am going on vacation.
Heads up, Nick Fury's calling you.
I don't really want to talk to Nick
Answer
Fury.
the phone.
Why?
Because if you don't talk to him, then I have to talk to him. I don't want to talk to him. You sent Nick Fury to voicemail?
I gotta go.
You do not ghost Nick Fury.
What up, dorks?
What's up? We're just talking about the trip.
I'm here in St. Marco Polo.
Oh, I think MJ really likes me.
That reminds me when I first fell in love.
You're a very difficult person to contact, Spider-Man. This is Mr. Beck.
We could have used someone like you on my world.
Your world?
Beck is from Earth, just not ours. The snap tore a hole in our dimension.
You're saying there's a multiverse?
We have a job to do, and you're coming with us.
There's gotta be someone else you can use.
What about Thor?
Off-world.
Captain Marvel.
Unavailable.
But I'm just a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Bitch, please, you've been to space.
What do you want, Peter?
I want to go back on my trip with the girl who I really like and tell her how I feel. MJ, I
am Spider-Man.
No, of course I'm not.
I mean, it's kind of obvious.
You're right, you may not be ready, but this is my responsibility.
Saving the world requires sacrifice. Sometimes people die.
Oh my God.
I just always feel like I'm putting my friends in danger. The world needs the next Iron Man.
You going to step up or not?
I gotta get you guys out of here. Get on the jet. Who are you? I work with Spider-Man.
You work for Spider-Man?
I work with Spider-Man, not for Spider-Man. New plan.
What is happening, YouTube? This is Zach, and I am coming in with a new Spider-Man Far From Home trailer. I want to give my thoughts about what I think is happening following the events of Avengers Endgame, as well as the future of the MCU. Everyone has been wondering if and when we're going to be able to start getting those little Easter eggs and nods to the Fantastic Four and the X-Men franchises now that the Disney acquisition of Fox has been completed. My initial thought from this trailer, and the big takeaway line that is of utmost importance, is from Nick Fury when he explains to Spider-Man that the snap tore a hole in our dimension. During the course of Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, there are 3 snaps that take place. The most infamous is, of course, the one from Thanos at the end of the events of Avengers Infinity War. We see the snap from the Stark Infinity Gauntlet when Hulk snaps to bring all of those dusted victims back to present day in Endgame, which would have been set 5 years into the future, so that would have been 2023. And then we also have the infamous snap from Tony Stark as a sacrifice play to completely wipe out Thanos' army and remove that threat entirely, closing up the Infinity Saga for us. And one thing of note is that during the beginning events of Avengers Endgame, when the team is gathering around shortly after, trying to gather their thoughts on what they're going to do, you end up seeing Rocket explaining that the stones gave out a mass energy surge that has not been cataloged anywhere before, and then it just kind of shot across the rest of the known universe. And that Earth became ground zero for that power fluctuation. It happens again with Hulk, and as I mentioned before, it happens again with Tony. So you've got 3 snaps that released a massive amount of what Bruce said had gamma radiation across the Earth, which can then be used to explain and cause genetic mutations within a huge portion of the world and effectively establish the X-Men and the mutants within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I know that there's some additional theories that I've had involving both the Tesseract and the Mind Stone about awakening those type of genetic mutations within individuals that hold that quote-unquote X gene from the comics, and that this could be a way that Marvel has been quietly seeding the opportunity for us to have an easier transition with the X-Men franchise. In regards to the Fantastic Four, I really have a strong feeling that the individual that ended up purchasing the Avengers Tower from Spider-Man Homecoming is going to be revealed to be the Baxter Building, that's going to be the future home base for the Fantastic Four. Now, the most obvious choice at this point, especially since we're dealing with a Spider-Man franchise and a Spider-Man film, is that Oscorp purchased the building. And now, we haven't had any hints or Easter eggs leading to and making us believe that the Oscorp family is going to be introduced anytime soon. The revelation that they're wanting to possibly introduce the multiverse at this point, I really have a pause on this, and I as much as I want it to be true in that we know that the MCU's future is going to lie within the multiverse, to immediately jump into it following the conclusion of Avengers Endgame, I don't see that being the case. Knowing and understanding Mysterio from the comics and just who he is and what he wants to do, I truly believe that this is a ruse and that this is him being a master of manipulation on Nick Fury, on Maria Hill, and everyone involved, because you also have to take into account that Nick Fury has been absent for 5 years as well, and that they have come out and stated that Fury is trying to play catch up. You've got a intelligence operative that has missed out on a lot of information over the course of a 5-year span, and that any of this could, truly to him, based off of everything that has happened in these previous films, be true, and has to take it for their word at that moment. I think what you're going to see is that Fury knows that Beck isn't truly 100% being authentic. Maybe something that he says, a line of dialogue, is going to catch his attention, and then that's going to start turning him to understand that maybe Beck isn't who and what he says he is, and that is when he goes in and recruits Spider-Man to be able to help investigate and solve this mystery of Mysterio. I really feel that you're going to see Spider-Man begin to look up to Mysterio, because with Iron Man now out of the picture and with Tony Stark deceased, there's going to be this power vacuum of who is going to step up and be the next Iron Man, just as Tom Holland states in that trailer, who is going to be the next Iron Man. And for Beck, I feel that he's seeing an opportunity here to be able to step in and be a hero, quote unquote, to the masses by taking on these elemental creatures that may very well be a ruse and a master of manipulation and science for what he knows from the comics on being able to deceive multiple individuals and convincing them that he truly is a hero figure. With that, this concludes this video. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below on Spider-Man Far From Home, the Fantastic Four, and the X-Men franchise joining the MCU in the coming years. It's an exciting time. I'm very curious on how they're going to introduce these characters, and curious as to what your thoughts are on how they're going to do this.
Hear the music.